Rakshith sir, hope we will start by now so that people will be joining within 2 to 3 minutes so that we'll finish off the introductory session. Rakshith sir?
Sure, sir. No issues at all.
Okay. Good evening all. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Sabharambam Karishyami Siddhir Me Sada. With the blessings of Almighty, we will start this webinar. At first, I welcome our resource person, Mr. Rakshith BS, Senior Application Engineer at Corel Technologies, Banglore, to this webinar. Welcome you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
And I welcome our beloved principal, sir, Dr. B. Sadashiva sir, in his absence. I welcome our beloved HOD, sir, Department of Information Science and Engineering, Dr. A.B. Rajendra, sir. Welcome you, sir. I also wish to welcome all faculties, and at last but not least, I welcome all the participants to this webinar. Welcome you all. Now I request Mr. Yashpal Gupta sir to introduce resource person to the participants. So over to you.
Thank you, Kasturi sir. Myself, Yashpal Gupta, working in ISC department as an assistant professor. It's my privilege to introduce our resource person, Mr. Rakshith BS. He is a senior application engineer who works for MATLAB Products at CoreEL Technologies, Bangalore. He holds a BE degree from GSSIT, Karnataka. He has 6 years of extensive experience in technical education. He is currently providing technical engagement and solutions to educational institutions as a part of CoreEL University program. He has technical hands-on expertise in MATLAB and also in Simulink. His area of interests are image processing, computer vision, machine learning, and deep learning. Thank you, and over to you, Kasturi sir.
Yes, thank you, sir. Now I request Mr. Rakshith sir to proceed with the session, sir.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thank you for the warm introduction to this session. So I hope I am audible to all.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, sure. Let me just start this session by sharing my presentation on the screen. Let's just give me a moment. In the meantime, I request all the participants, to I have a small question that how many of you are already aware of MATLAB, for all the people who are present to this session. So I want to know how many of them are totally aware of MATLAB, and how are they using it, so that this session becomes much more interactive and much more valuable for the participants, based on their kind of experience and based on what they're seeking out of this webinar. So if they're able to put their data in the chat window, it would be highly helpful for me to understand whether they're using the MATLAB, or whether they're it is totally new, or something that just a moment. Yeah, so just a moment, there is an audio issue. Yep. So I just want to know that are you using MATLAB already? I hope for everyone chat window is available to access. So feel free to put that, and let us make this session more interactive than rather than a normal one where one-way speaking will happen. So if you are new to this MATLAB environment, as far as the this MATLAB is concerned, I hope then this session will be a valuable session for you, where you will try to learn what are the new features that are available in this MATLAB, and as a part of campus wide suite which is available for your specific institute, how you can leverage the different features that are available as a part of this campus wide license. And also I'll be also providing you a technical demo at the end, through which you can also have an opening area where you can get a pathway to start using your MATLAB. So at the very beginning, I'll be giving a brief introduction. Then we'll be discussing about the portal demonstration, where we have a specific, MathWorks portal available for your usage. And then we'll be discussing about what are the different features that are available as a part of, this campus-wide license. And also we'll be discussing more about, what are the different set of, modes through which you can leverage your campus-wide license usage in a more effective way, whether it is a student, whether it is a faculty, how you can make use of this campus-wide portal, features. So that is what I'll be discussing. And also along with that, online training courses are available. So how you can benefit those through, how you can access this online training course, how you can make use of this, for your specific, whether you are working on any specific, learning any new aspect, or whether you want to, use these aspects and you're new to it and you want to implement that in any project in a very quick time. So how you can make use of these training courses, and how you can make use of multiple other, resources that are available. And also along with that, I have a session where I'll be giving you a few set of precursor demos, which will be setting you the environment. And I will also giving you a brief description of the whole new MATLAB environment which is available, and also the other ways through which you can also get access this MATLAB environment. So once these things are done, then at the final, and we have the Q&A session, where you can also put your questions, where what are the areas you're specifically working with, and what are the challenges you are facing. And based on that, we can set this questionnaire session, and we can try to address your queries as we go forward. So at the beginning, so let us have a brief introduction. So basically, we are Corel Technologies, where we are providing service on different areas. So we are working on production area. We are working on representation. I think due to network issue, the display have been closed. No issues. Let me reshare the screen. Yep, no issues. Yeah. So basically, we are working in multiple lines in the in the industrial domain, whether it is development and manufacturing, and also we are also working in a field of representation and distribution. And also we are a part of we have a Sandipani training organization, where we are also working on corporate training, as well as training for students as well. So when it comes to the principles with which we work, MathWorks is not the only product we work on. We also work on multiple other products. So starting from downstream, Mentor, Qt, Siemens, and even off-the-shelf product like Abaco Systems, even MakerBot, ANSYS, and Xilinx, Siemens. These are different products which we work on. Any specific aspect you are working with, it is not only limited to MathWorks. If you have any other specific products you are you want to get introduced with, feel free to contact us at any point of time. We'll be happy to come up with a specific session which will be helpful for you. So keeping that in mind, when it comes to this whole session is majorly dedicated towards the product of MathWorks, where we'll be discussing on the MATLAB product, which is the main focus of this whole session, where MathWorks is a product which is helping the engineers as well as researchers in a very large way across various domains, starting from the very much basic area of mathematics till the all other multivarious engineering domains. MathWorks is helping various set of people to bring solutions in a very intuitive way. So keeping that in mind, when it comes to basically the MathWorks, So we are, MathWorks tools are specifically used worldwide in many areas. And when it comes to the flagship products, we have MATLAB as well as Simulink. So when it comes to MATLAB, so when I say, we have this MATLAB, this is basically a programmatic environment where you can develop different set of, we can do different set of analysis. We can develop different. Do we have any question here? Okay, sure. Thank you. So, we can develop different set of algorithm development. We can do different set of, data visualization through which the analysis will be, more helpful for us. And also along with that, we also have one more product, which is basically Simulink, where Simulink is helpful for us, in a type, in a kind where all these kinds of, whatever the programmatic development we have done, we can do that in much more user friendly way with the help of block diagram environment, as you are able to see on the screen now. So as you're able to see on the right hand, we have a small block diagram where a specific, helicopter model is, being, developed with specific control inputs, as and along with, a specific control design, and we have a specific, helicopter motion control model being done. So similar to that, you can do, many much kind of, development, whatever you are able to do in the mathematics, sorry, in say, MATLAB, you can do that in much more intuitive way, in a parameterized way, and also in a much more sophisticated way with the help of block diagram based approach, which is basically called as model based design. We can do that in a much more efficient way, using Simulink. The reason why Simulink is much more popular in the industrial domain is, whatever the critical, design you have, you can easily design that, and you can, try and verify its operation through different test cases. And you can make sure, before you implement that to real hardware, you can make sure whatever the design you have here is, an efficient model, and no, variation needs to be done. You can verify all those cases, and then once that is done, you can go further and implement these models onto your target hardware. And along with that, we also have multiple, other, toolboxes. For example, you have toolboxes like, image processing. You have toolboxes like, computer vision, which will be, helping for you to come up with implementation of these kind of algorithm development in specific individual, specific, niche domains wherever you are working with. So whether it can be AI, whether it can be, a machine learning, deep learning, whether it can be computer vision, not only that, whether it can be, application development, all these kinds of areas, can be, addressed with different set of, toolboxes that are available as a part of, your campus wide license. So keeping that in mind, let us move a little bit further, and let me give you a portal demonstration. So in order to do that, let me just open the portal. So give me a moment. Sorry. Yeah. So this is the portal. We have our, that is available. Let me just put that in the chat window also for all the participants. So for all your, all Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering, members. So this portal is specifically dedicated for your campus-wide license access, where, if you are not associated with MATLAB, and if you are really new, then this helps you to, make use of all the features that are available of your campus-wide license in this single page in an efficient way. So sorry for this. Let me just, reopen this. Yep. So if you want to, immediately get associated with your MATLAB onto your personal devices, then what you basically have to do in this port is, once you open this port, you have to just click on this link, which is basically called as sign in to get started. So once you click on this sign in to get started, in my web page, I have already my, specific my corporate domain. So that is why this is showing you an error, but that is not an issue. I can also open this in an incognito window to show you how this basically window will be available for you as you open in your specific browser. So in this case, as you're able to see here, once you click on this sign in to get started, now this will open you to the login page of your MathWorks web page, where once if you are new to this, then you may have to create a fresh MathWorks account, where you have to make sure that whatever the ID you're using is your institute domain ID, which is basically a vvc.ac.in institute ID. Once you create a MathWorks account with this, then what basically it will happen here, let me just show you. So with the help of my MathWorks account, automatically once you create an account with that domain, a specific license similar to this will be associated, which is your campus wide individual MathWorks license, which is specifically dedicated for you. And you can easily make use of this license, and you can easily start installing your MathWorks license into your specific hardware. So for example, you can just click on this license which is already associated, and you can download the MathWorks installer, and you can click on this install and activate, and you can easily activate your MathWorks license for your specific hardware wherever you are working with. You can install in any two devices, and you can easily use these MathWorks in any specific two devices wherever you are working with. So maybe you have a personal computer and also you have a laptop you carry around, then you can easily install both these licenses. And as you are able to see here, you can easily click on this activate to retrieve license. You can give the the hardware the MAC address, and then right away the license will be generated. You can download those license, download the installer, and you can easily go forward and install at any point of time. So at any point of time, if you have already installed, and if you are facing any issues, or even if you are trying to install, and at any point of time due to some technical issues you have you are not able to install, then feel free to contact us. Or it is not only limited to me also, if at any point of time if I'm not free to approach, then you have MathWorks dedicated MathWorks installation team also, and you can easily click on this installation help, and you can also view pre-made videos which are basically helping for you to install your individual license, which is basically dedicated for your specific hardware. So individual MathWorks licenses which I have which I basically told you. So how you can basically get associated, you can just view to this, and you can verify whether you are missing out any specific key step, and you can reiterate your installation process. If still further you are still facing an issue, then you can click on this contact support, and you can easily reach out to the MATLAB installation team. You just have to dial into this number, and in the IVRS you have to just click on this to the technical support, which is serial number 4, and MATLAB team will be help will be addressing your queries, and they'll be helping you to get associated with your MATLAB in a very quick time. So keeping that in mind, let us go a little bit further. So it is not only limited to getting associated with your MATLAB. If you want to see what and all the products that are available as a part of your campus-wide license, then you can click on this link, which is basically see the list of available products. And as you click on here, you are able to see as a part of campus-wide license product, all the products which are basically the toolboxes. Every toolboxes are available. As you're able to see, more than around 90 plus toolboxes are basically right away available for you, starting from the basic MATLAB and Simulink base, and starting from that you have multiple other toolboxes which are helping in multiple domains, especially given the current scenario where the kind of learning process has become totally interdisciplinary. And that is where your campus-wide license is providing you all these multiple domain range of toolboxes, which will help you to address your multi-domain projects, whatever you're dealing with, or any multi-domain research work you are working with, or even for faculties, wherever faculties are finding out any challenges where multi-domain aspects or any specific aspect will be feeling challenge. They can easily contact us, and we'll be happy to help them. And it is not only limited to that. As you're able to see, there are multiple other resources. If you want to get access to any specific tutorials, you can click on these kind of tutorials, and various other introductory videos are available. And you can also click on this MATLAB and Simlink, and you can just try to explore what are different things that are available. And also along with that, if you want to access specific aspects, for example, in recently 2019 onwards, live editor came into picture, where you can make use of this. I'll be giving a demonstration how live editor looks like and how you can make use of this live editor. But even though if you are new to this, if you want to explore these aspects by yourself, this portal is helpful for you to access these courses. I'll be talking in detail about MATLAB courseware as we go forward, where basically multiple ready-made course sets are available for faculties and students with respect to multiple domain, which they can use for learning as well as teaching aspects. And also especially for teacher who want to explore the aspect of teaching with the help of MATLAB, then this is an introductory course which is helping for all the faculties how you can make use of this specific different resources that are available in the MATLAB, through which you can make your daily classroom teaching process a much more efficient and interactive one, rather than the normal classroom. So along with that, you have multiple other set of things. So as you go forward, if you want to know what are the latest set of features that are available in MATLAB, so you can easily explore. You have specific MATLAB YouTube channel, where different how to based videos, for example, how to make use of image processing toolbox, how to make use of implementing object oriented programming using this MATLAB environment. So even MATLAB supports object-oriented programming. So how you can do this kind of object-oriented programming? Different set of similar how-to videos are available. More than 100 plus how-to videos are available, which will be helpful for you to use this interactively, and you can start working on those specific aspects in a simple way. So along with that, also as I was talking about, you can use these toolboxes to also start learning different training courses. So as I was talking about, you have different training courses are available. If you just click on it, multiple courses are available as a part of campus wide license. So as you're able to see here, different deep dive sessions are available, starting with from the very basic aspects of grassroots level in the mathematics, till the higher end area of machine learning, deep learning. And if you want to get started with know to use MATLAB in a much more efficient way, as you complete MATLAB on ramp, you can also get into the deep dive session of MATLAB fundamentals, which is basically a 20-hour deep dive course, which will be helping helpful for you to get to know how you can efficiently make use of this MATLAB. So the advantage of completing these courseware, all these courses, is that it is not only the learning process. You can once you complete these interactive sessions, all these sessions are self-paced courses. What do you mean by that is you can complete it is not meant by that you have to complete these sessions within 20 hours only. No, this self-paced course, what do you mean by that is once you start these courses, you can complete your your courses at your own pace of time. And once you complete these courses, the certificates will be available for you to download, or even if you want to share that in different social media platforms or anywhere, you can easily make use of these certificates to show up your progress as you go forward. So different trainings are available as a part of it, and you can easily make use of these courses to be helpful for you at your own time. So now coming on to the further aspect, as we are able to see, how you can make use of this portal. So the next step is to, to understand the different resources that are available as a part of your campus-wide license. So it is not only as we have discussed here. So there are multiple, as you had seen in the demonstration, as you had seen in the portal demo, there are multiple ready-made resources are available as a part of campus-wide license. But it is not only that, there are also multiple other, resources are available as a part of your, campus-wide license, which I'll be discussing in this section right now. So where you have the advantage of your MATLAB is whatever the project you are specifically working on. Now if you want to, you have successfully implemented, for example, let us assume, at a point of time after this session, you have started making use of MATLAB to implement a specific aspect, and at a point of time you are able to successfully develop that specific algorithm with the help of MATLAB. Now you want to go further, and you want to test that in any specific target hardware. Then MATLAB has support for different set of range of hardwares. So starting from Raspberry Pi, Arduino to different set of target embedded hardwares is, and even it is not only limited to embedded, even you can go further and implement in specific FPGA devices also. So starting from Xilinx and other devices. And it is not only limited to even FPGA also. For example, if you are working on deep learning and you have a specific target GPU hardware, then even we have support for this GPU hardware also, where you can even implement your GPU deep learning concepts on GPU. And along with that, we also have deep learning HDL toolbox, which is specifically designed for implementing your deep learning neural network architectures onto your FPGA devices. Recently, MATLAB was able to with one more new flagship toolbox, which is deep learning HDL toolbox, which will be helpful for you to implement all these different set of algorithms onto your hardware in a much more easy way. I'll be discussing on these aspects in detail as I go on to the demo. So how you can make use of these different add-on, you have to basically make use of different add-on packages and toolboxes. So I'll be discussing in more detail as we go forward. But along with that, it is not only limited to these specific aspects. You have multiple other areas you can come up, you are able to access also. So as I was talking about, you have one more new feature, which is basically that was introduced in 2019 onwards, so which is basically called as the live editor. So live editor is one of the interactive way of developing your MATLAB script. So if any participants have already been familiar with MATLAB, then they may have using normal .m MATLAB scripts to come up with different implementation of algorithm implementation. But when it comes to this live script, as I will be discussing in the demonstration as I go forward in the technical demonstration, you will be able to see this MATLAB live script is an interactive kind of live working live working script, where you can add any textual data which will be helping you to explain what this basically script is basically trying to implement. And you can add multiple hyperlinks if you want to give additional reference data. You can also add descriptive images. You can add specific equations. You can add specific table of contents data. You can add code, you can add this kind of code syntax section, where you are explaining what this specific code is basically working with, as they go forward with these code sections, and they can try to work on it. So this live script editor is helpful for yourself as you are working on any specific aspects, because there are hundreds of MATLAB functions. There are thousands of MATLAB functions that are available as a part of more than 100 plus toolboxes. So whatever the technique you are working right now, you may as you go forward, maybe after 4 months or 5 months, it is not always necessary that you may not you will remember each and every aspect. You may forget few different key aspects. In that way, this live script is helpful for you to completely you are making a blueprint completely in a much more interactive and intuitive way according to your requirement using this live script. And with the help of that, you can revisit this live script and you can easily try to understand what I was basically trying to do at that point of time. So what is the basic whole need of this script? Why did I try start working with this script? What is the specific aspect I'm trying to address with this script? So what are the concepts that are involved in these scripts? What are the different areas you are working in this script? So what are the different kind of processing you are doing in the scripts? What are the different kind of operations you are doing in the script? Each and everything can be detailedly and intuitively. You can put each and every in-depth data, and you can make this script a much more valuable script rather than a normal MATLAB script. So that is the main aim of this coming with the script is to increase the readability for yourself, as well as if you want to share your script whichever you are working on to different other participants, rather than giving a separate readme text so that you can explain what you are trying to do there. Instead of that, you can add all these additional detail within this script itself, MATLAB script itself, wherever you are working. They can easily open their MATLAB, they can access this live script, and they can easily start working on your script. And if they want to do any modification, they can easily do that, and they can reshare between any different set of participants, so that the whole implementation of your specific projects will become much more easier. So one more advantage here is, as I was talking about, the shareability of your live script is also easier one. The reason why is, if any if you want to share with other participants who are already having MATLAB, then you can use this live script file itself, and you can immediately share away. .mlx is the extension for live script, so you can share those mlx files right away. And any other participants who are having access of MATLAB in their device, they can easily open that mlx in the MATLAB window, and they can start using it. But if you want to share that MATLAB to any other participants who are not using MATLAB, even then you can make use of you can convert these MATLAB live scripts into different formats, such as HTML format, or even PDF format, or even Word document format. You can convert this live script into different other equivalent formats, and you can share it to even other people who are a non-MATLAB user also. So even those people can also make use of your live script document in equivalent way, and they can easily try to understand what you're basically trying to do here. And they can and even you can work with those teams who are also non-MATLAB user in a very intuitive way also. So coming on to the next aspect that we'll be working on here. So it is not only limited to the live script you are working here. So you can also make use of different other aspects also. If you're if you are aware of older versions of MATLAB, if you have used at any point of time, then you may have come across this MATLAB guide environment, which is basically called as GUI development environment. Especially maybe faculties from CS as well as IS may have used this, where you can similar to the visual based visual basic kind of environment, you can easily develop GUI based MATLAB apps, and you can implement any kind of MATLAB algorithm, whatever you are working. You can convert those algorithm as a form of executable MATLAB GUI environments. So you may have used this, but nowadays it has become a little bit outdated. Now MATLAB has come up with a new set of environment for developing these kind of MATLAB executable apps. From 2016 onwards, they were able to come up with much more better way of coming up with these kind of app designer. The reason why is because in the older a way, it was totally a completely programmatic approach, where each and every UI initialization, UI design, everything you had to write MATLAB code, which was little bit cumbersome at that point of time, even though you had huge set of documentation which were helping you to come up with. But still, most of the participants felt it a little bit cumbersome. Based on that, MATLAB were able to come up with a much more advanced version, which is basically coming up with app designer. So let me just go to that particular presentation. Sorry for this. Where basically MATLAB app designer will intuitively try to MATLAB app designer has a consisting library set of all these environments. Let me just reshare this PDF. Sorry, there is a small issue with this PPT. Sorry for that. Let me reshare this slide. Yep. So as you're able to see in the screen, this app designer new environment, as you're able to see in this small window on this right side, on this left corner of this window, you are having component library. What this component library allows you to is, there are ready-made MATLAB GUI environments, that GUI elements that are available, which will be useful for you to come up with different set of MATLAB interactive apps. You just have to drag and drop those UI elements, and the only coding you have to do is for the callback part, where you are actually implementing the specific algorithm you are working with. Other than that, there is no other coding that needs to be done. You just have to drag and drop the UI elements. Automatically, the coding for all these UI elements will be taken care by this app designer itself. I'll be showing you the demo how this basically works. And once you implement all these GUI element, then it will basically the only focus you need to do is the algorithm development part, where you are developing the specific action callbacks, where how this app works with your specific user input or any user input changes that you are trying to do, and based on that, what is the action that has to be taken care by different elements that are present in app. You just have to come up with that specific callback programming, which is very much pretty much simple. I'll be discussing on that also. And once you come up with that, you can deploy these kind of apps in multiple ways. You can you can deploy MATLAB. You can come up with deployment of this kind of apps as MATLAB app itself, where you can share these MATLAB apps to different MATLAB users, and they can start using this app, and they can work on any specific aspect. And it is not only limited to this MATLAB app itself. If you want to share your MATLAB app into non-MATLAB environment, then you can come up with standalone app deployment, where you can convert this MATLAB, whatever the app element you have designed here into standalone app, which will be basically converting your app into executable file, which you can share and distribute to different non-MATLAB users also. They just have to install MATLAB runtime code, and along with that, once they install that, they can easily install your executable code. Then right away their MATLAB app will be running even without the help of any MATLAB installation need to be done. Now, along with that, you have multiple other areas also. So as I was talking about, you have different hardware support also. As I was talking about, you can easily it is not only limited to hardware also. If you want to develop any app development for app iOS or even Android iOS, we have even the support packages for even that kind of application development also, where through the help of add-ons you can even download the support package for Android app development, Android development or even iOS development. And you can easily work on your even you can work on developing applications and algorithms for those hardware platforms also. So coming on to the, if you are asking me, you are telling me about hardware. So what are the different kinds of hardware that are basically, working with? So I have a small portion of different spectrum of hardware devices. So if you are working on embedded, then, MATLAB has support for BeagleBone devices, Arduino devices, and even you have support for STM microelectronics, Texas Instruments. These are different embedded devices which are supported. And even if you are working on robotic based applications, you have support for Lego Mindstorm, and even you have support for Parrot mini drones, and you also have support for Raspberry Pi devices. And if you're working on any Android or iOS devices, you have support packages that are available in the MATLAB for Android and iOS, app development. And if you're working on, data acquisition based environment, applications, you have multiple data acquisition device supports also, for example, Kinetics for Windows. And even you have support packages for even simple hardware like USB. The reason why is maybe you are working on deep learning environment where you are acquiring real time video or image information from a webcam or any other video or image capturing devices. Then you can easily make use of the USB support, USB support package that is available in the MATLAB. And you can easily convert your you can easily connect your USB webcams onto your hardware devices. You can capture those real-time hardware, and you can easily interactively import that into your MATLAB environment, and you can start working on your specific image processing application, computer vision application, or even machine learning and deep learning application in a very simple manner. Or even if there are any participants who are a part of areas like EC, then they can also work on these they can also work on coming up with communication experiments where you have software defined radio based support, hardware support also. And they can easily come up with those implementation also. And even we have support for Zinc platform FPGA support packages are also available, through the help of which you can easily implement FPGA, Verilog, and VHDL codes onto the specific Zinc based HDL target devices with the, and you can easily do the automatic code generation in an efficient way. So when it comes to, as I was talking about the hardware packages, so if you have already used MATLAB, then you may have already been familiar with this add-on environment, where specifically if you click on this add-ons which is available in the home tab, then there are multiple options that are available in this drop down menu. If you want to get software add-ons, then you can click on this normal get add-ons. Then if you want to mainly focus on hardware support packages, then you can basically click on this get hardware support packages. And you'll be coming up with a small add-on explorer window which is basically focused on the listing of different set of hardware support packages that are available. And based on your specific target hardware, whatever you are working, you can focus on those support package environments. You can easily download and install those support packages, and you can easily start working on those hardware devices in a very quick time. So coming on to the next aspect, this hardware support is not only limited to MATLAB only. Many Simulink support packages are also available in the add-on browser, add-on hardware support browser. For example, this is a small screenshot I have taken, where after installing my Simulink support package for Arduino, you are able to, and even for Raspberry Pi, which I've basically clicked on while I'm taking screenshot, you're able to see multiple ready-made blocks are available. You can also implement these kinds of hardware implementation interactively in the Simulink block diagram based approach also, where ready-made blocks that are available to do interactive communication between different peripherals that are supported by your Raspberry Pi environment. So you have if you want to collect if you want to send any internet information, you can make use of that. if you want to make use of connecting any webcam or any video capture devices that are available, ports, peripheral ports which are available in the Raspberry Pi, which is basically P4L2 capture port. You can easily make use of all those ports, and you can interactively program those pin port assignments, and you can start right away running that in Simulink, and you can capture SPA data, and you can view that in the Simulink environment in a very interactive way. And also you can also come up with different implementation of hardware devices, and you can come up with working with this. So for example, if you want to do IO based operations, you have this GPIO blocks. With the help of you can activate different IO ports that are available, and you can start working on any specific implementation very easily. So coming on to the next aspect, it is not on, it is about, Internet of Things. If any part of people who are working on Internet of Things, then you also have, ThinkSpeak. If you are, interested on working with ThinkSpeak, then you have huge set of documentations that are available, and also, co-supporting toolboxes are also available as a part of it, through the help of which you can integrate your MATLAB Simulink onto the ThinkSpeak environment, through which you can interactively come up with any, Internet of Things based applications in an easy way. For example, you have, if you want to build any, machine learning based environment through the help of, IoT based aspects, then you can easily, use things. You can easily, set up your different hardware through which, a different specific environment through which you are doing the data collection. Then you can easily import that collected, real-time sensor data onto this. You can import that into the MATLAB environment, and you can use that to do data analysis, or even you can use that to do, for even machine learning or even deep learning process. Or even you can, go with signal if you want to do any signal processing, or if you want to fit your data using curve fitting toolbox, you can easily do that. Or if you are working on, in any real time location data, and if you want to, implement that in any mapping toolbox to do the simulation of movement of any robotic object, then you can easily making use of mapping toolbox, which is available, and you can easily interactively, implement these applications in a very easy way. So coming on to the next aspect, which is, basically which is basically, different various ways in which you can access MATLAB. So it is not only accessing your MATLAB installer file and installing in your, hardware devices. If any participants are, facing too much difficulty, or if they don't have any option or any hardware requirements which is suitable for the latest version of MATLAB, then MATLAB also have, alternative version way of accessing MATLAB. So basically, which is basically called as MATLAB Online. So the only requirement they need to have is the latest version of web browser, whatever they are using, whether if they are using the latest Chrome browser, then you can easily, you log into your MATLAB, a MathWorks account, and you can easily access this MATLAB Online. So how you can access this? Let me just quickly show you a small demonstration in using my browser. So for example, you may have already logged into your MathWorks. You need to just go to this, MathWorks web page. Once you go to this MathWorks web page, then you need to have to log into your MathWorks account. So if you use your VVC domain ID, then automatically, individual license will also be available, through which through the help of which you can download and install MATLAB onto your device. And along with that, MATLAB Online will also be available with you, as you can see in this page. So once you log into this page, in this specific line, you have this specific thing called as MATLAB Online. So you can just click on this MATLAB Online, and right away, this will be opening a MATLAB environment. The cloud version of the latest version of MATLAB will be, available for you. So the advantage of having this MATLAB Online is whatever is the latest version of MATLAB that they have released, everything will be available in this MATLAB online right away. For example, as you're able to see, there are multiple files that I have used in this. So you are able to see I have multiple live scripts files. So if I just double click here, you are able to see everything, whatever the live script I have developed here, everything is available right away, and you can easily start working on it. So if you want to use normal script, you can develop normal MATLAB script. If you want to make use of live script, everything whatever you were able to do in the normal MATLAB, you can easily do that, except few set of operations, like for example, if you want to do code generation, if you want to do hardware co-simulation, then that is the area where MATLAB Online will not be helpful for you. So in that cases, you may have to install MATLAB in your devices, because Coder product supports are not support is not available in the online version. But except few aspects like that, almost every other implementation like algorithm development using your MATLAB. And even it is not only limited to that. Recently 2020 onwards, even they have made Simulink also available online version itself. Even Simulink Online, they have they have made it available online, and through the help of which you can easily implement any kind of Simulink based model based design development also in a very easy way. As you're able to see, you can open this kind of Simulink canvas, and you can start implementing your Simulink environment in a very easy way. So you can pretty much do almost everything in a very in a very interactive way through the help of this. And it is not only that. For example, if you are using if you are working on any project using the MATLAB hardware, using your personal device in the in the normal installed MATLAB, then what you can also do is you have also access with one more feature, which is basically, let me just go to this my MATLAB license account page, and let me just also show you that. So you have also this one more option called as MATLAB Drive, where basically whatever your scripts you are working with, or whatever the Simulink model, or whatever the codes you are working with, you can easily upload that into your specific MATLAB Drive, which is available for you. And as a part of campus-wide license, 5 GB cloud storage is available for you. So through the help of which you can load different codes onto your MATLAB Drive. The advantage of loading that into MATLAB Drive is, once you are coming into your college, you can make use of your MATLAB Online, and through the help of that, whatever you have uploaded in your drive, everything will be right away available for you in your MATLAB folder. So let me just show you that. So you're able to see here, whatever the files I'm accessing here, I have already uploaded that manually in the MATLAB Drive, and I'm able to continue my work with the help of MATLAB Online. So that is the advantage of using your MATLAB Online. So you can the advantage of your campus-wide license is you can easily work anyway, anywhere at any time. So now you have worked at any point of time up to some level, and now once again you're back to home. Then whatever you are able to work, everything will be available in your MATLAB Drive. You just have to click on that specific folder, and just you have to just download. Then once again you can open that in your MATLAB, and you can continue working there. And also you have one more option through which whatever you're working in your MATLAB personal whatever you're working on the MATLAB in your personal device, whatever the changes that are happening, you can easily interactively upload that without coming onto this drive page, without any workflow like this. You can automatically make sure that whatever the changes you are making there, it is automatically updated in this drive through the help of MATLAB Drive connector. So I'll be sharing those resources. You can install that MATLAB Drive connector, where it will create a specific virtual drive in your specific system, whatever you are working, MATLAB files you are working, if you just save those into your that virtual drive in your computer, automatically through the help of your internet, all those files will be associated with your MATLAB drive, and it will be updated automatically. And once you open your MATLAB drive, all those changes whatever you had made in your system, everything will be available in your drive. No need to upload manually anything. Automatically those changes will be taken care by the MATLAB drive connector, and whatever the new files you have created, whatever the modifications in the file you have done, everything will be updated automatically through the help of MATLAB drive connector also. So these are the different resources you have. And when it comes to accessing MATLAB Online and Simulink Online, so the whole advantage of this is whatever the changes you are making, everything will be through the help of that you can keep the version consistency. And no need to in your normal MATLAB, you need to, if any new version of MATLAB has been released, you need to make sure that you are updating yourself to new version of MATLAB. But in MATLAB Online, that is the major advantage. Whatever the latest version of MATLAB, the MATLAB MathWorks has released, that will be available right away. No need to manually do any kind of version upgrading. All the version consistency, all the latest updation of version will be right away available to you. And file sharing, as I was talking about, different ways are available. You can make use of MATLAB drive connector, through which you can automatically you can automate your file sharing process. And also through the help of MATLAB drive, you can upload specific files you are working with, and also you can share those drive files to any other MATLAB users, and they can easily make use of that drive code. They can, if they're using MATLAB installed in their hardware, they can download that as a zip file and they can start working on it. Or if they're using MATLAB Online, they can again make a copy of whatever the files you have shared, and they can right away open that in MATLAB Online, and they can right away start working on it in a very easy way. And the one more advantage is, the only thing you need to do is make sure that you have stable internet connection, and then you can use this MATLAB Online anywhere, anytime, and you can easily work on your specific project without any hassles. So you can you can make use of this in a very interactive way. So the next thing you have also is MATLAB Mobile. So the access of using MATLAB is not only limited to the browser itself. You can also download MATLAB apps, which is available in Android and platform, as well as Apple iOS platform also. So if you are using Apple devices, you go for App Store, Apple App Store, and you can download the MATLAB app, and you can use MATLAB for doing a different set of operations. Like you can create MATLAB live scripts, you can run different set of codes, you can make use of the command window to understand different set of functions you are working with, and you can do different you can do these operations. And you can also load different figure windows you can run, and you can observe these outputs. So if you are working on Android also, you can download this MATLAB app through the help of Google Play, and you can start use this in the MATLAB Mobile also. But again, here also specific limitations are there. Not all functions are available. Only few set of functions are only available right now. So you can the advantage of this is whatever the scripts you are trying to develop here, you can easily upload that to the MATLAB drive, which is basically the cloud space you are that are available there, and you can make use of that in the MATLAB Online also. So all these interoperability between these different versions are supported using through the help of MATLAB drive. So it is not only limited to that. So you can also, the major advantage of using this MATLAB Mobile is you can also make use of your MATLAB app which you have downloaded in your smartphone, and you can use it as a sensor platform. So now what do you mean by that? So there are multiple based on whatever the sensors that are available in your specific smart device, MATLAB app will try to make you try to detect those sensors, and it will try to do the data fetching and data acquisition automatically by this MATLAB drive, and you can feed those, you can pass those drive, data onto your MathWorks cloud, which is MATLAB drive, and you can write a script through the help of which you can you are storing all this information in a specific MATLAB file, and you can use this as a sensor platform, and you can do this do different kinds of sensor data acquisition with the help of this. So as you are able to see here, using this MATLAB mobile, you can write different set of codes, you can write live scripts, and you can run this live scripts in a much more interactive way, and you can start working on it on this. And also along with that, as I was talking about, this is the area where there will be a small tab in the, once you open the app, there will be small tab called sensors. Once you click on that sensors, whatever the different sensors that are available in your smartphone, based on that you can use this, and you can fetch real-time sensor data, and you can make sure that by clicking on this start sending, you can send those real-time sensor data onto your drive, and you can store that for any specific project that you are working with. These are the different ways you can make use of it. So then coming on to the next aspect, when it comes to faculties, if we as a part of Corel Technologies, along with MathWorks, we are working closely with different institutes, premier institutes like Vidyavardhaka, and we are coming up, we are making sure that the learning process, whatever they are trying to implement, if many faculties have shown coming up with different curriculums with the help of MATLAB. So for example, when it comes to the CS and IS domain, we have an example of Malnad College of Engineering, where me as well as my colleague along with MathWorks team worked closely with CS faculty, and we were able to come up with artificial intelligence based course development, where different students were able to take these courses, and they were able to learn these artificial intelligence based concepts in an intuitive way, rather than taking only the normal classroom approach. So with the mix of classroom, they were able to come up with a different set of experiments, as well as different set of courses, through the help of which we were they were able to make come up with these kind of courses, which were able to which were very beneficial to students to learn these kinds of concepts. For example, in a classroom where you have 120, 60 number of students, evaluating the kind of the learning process that is taking care will be a little bit cumbersome. So how much is that, and in most of the cases, that is where we have one more product flagship under MathWorks, which is basically MATLAB Grader. So what do you mean by this MATLAB Grader? So MATLAB Grader is a platform where you can come up with different set of courses, you can come up with different set of assignments, and you can share these, you can develop these kinds of assignments and courses, and you can share this to different co-faculties, and so that collaboration and development can take place in a much more better way. And also, once you have developed your own course, then you can make sure that then you can add all the students as a learner, and you can share these courses so that your learning process will become easy. And also, for all the for all the assignments, you can come up with your own grading, how you can define how the grading should happen for your assignments, so that MATLAB grader will automatically grade your MATLAB codes, whatever you have development as a part of assignment, and the automatic evaluation will be done. And the whole advantage of this is all these automatic grading will be done through the help of that. And also, along with that, if your institute is already using any LMS, then you can also contact us if you want to do the LMS integration for this MATLAB grader also, then feel free to contact us. We will be taking you to the right team where they will be helping you and guiding you to go forward with LMS integration. And also, if any faculties are the course development is is not only limited to this grader itself. Where for example, Malnad College of Engineering, we were able to come up with a course even without the help of MATLAB grader also, where we were able to do where faculty was able to share a specific curriculum on which they were able to they were interested to come up with a course, and based on that we were able to help them to come up with a specific way through the help of which they were able to develop their own laboratory manual, and they were able to come up with the course manual, and with the help of that they were able to come up with that. But right now we are also working there where they can also come up with grader integration also, and they can also make this automatic grading process easy for them. So if any faculties are interested in that way also, feel free to contact us. So we will be very happy to helpful for them to come up with interactive and effective courses for students, so that the whole learning process will be much more valuable for all the students, as well as the teaching process will be much more effective for also for the teaching fraternity. So before I go further, do we have any specific questions at this point of time? So if any participants have any question at this point of time, you can feel free to put that in the chat window, or you can also feel free to unmute your mic, and you can put up that. Okay, no issues. At this point of time, we can go forward, and let me show you some technical demonstrations, so that you can if you are new to this MATLAB, then how you can make use of this MATLAB environment for you to start with. So for the very first base, once you have installed your MATLAB in your hardware, then you will be having this home tab will be available for you, or even if you open your MATLAB online in the browser, then this will be the home tab which will be basically accessible for you. Then right away you can click on this help tab, and you can click on the documentation, where you can go through different set of toolboxes where you are working with. For example, if you want to work on machine learning, then you can scroll down a little bit, and you can go to the statistics and machine learning toolbox, which is basically working on different implementation of statistical algorithms, and also which is having different set of machine learning models are available, through the help of which you can easily implement different machine learning based aspects, starting from normal statistical modeling like descriptive statistics, data visualization, to further probability distribution, and even you can do different statistical hypothesis test, ranging from t-test, chi-square test, different kind of tests you can do. And also when it comes to the machine learning, you can do clustering. You can work with different clustering aspects. You can work with classification models. You can work with regression based implementations. And also if you're you're working with any different kind of databases like tall arrays, you can easily you import those data into the MATLAB, and you can efficiently work on these implementations. Now if you want to see what are if you want to move with any specific aspect, and if you want to see different ready-made examples that are available, you can click on these examples, where different set of multiple set of examples are available for on these different aspects. You can easily click on this category browser, and you can focus on any specific area where you want to specifically work with. For example, if you are working on regression, then you can click on this regression, and different examples are available which are basically focused on this regression machine learning implementation. And in that you can click on any specific example, and you can try to understand what this example is doing. And now if you feel this is the area where I'm working and I need to just do some modifications so that it will be suitable for my specific application, then you can easily click on this open script, which will load your whole MATLAB script onto your MATLAB file. Now you can start changing your code so that it will be suitable for your specific data set, and you can easily save that file to specific drive wherever you're working, and you can easily work on that. So you have multiple ways in which you can easily start working on different areas. But the kind of demonstrations I have are are not only limited to only specific toolboxes. I'm covering I'm trying to cover multiple toolboxes which is useful for your computer science as well as information science domains. So coming on to the first is, which is basically the image processing example I have here. So when you are studying your image processing, you have this concept of image enhancement, right? So if you want to implement different kinds of image enhancement techniques, then you can there are multiple image enhancement functions that are available. So I'm taking one of the image enhancement technique as a demonstration example, which is basically histogram equalization, where you will plot the histogram of any image you are working with, and you will be using this you will be making use of MATLAB function to do the histogram equalization, so that the complete contrast of your image is adjusted in a very much better way, so that the quality of your image is enhanced much better compared to the original image whatever you have. So keeping that in mind, I'm taking the inbuilt there are multiple inbuilt data that are available ready made for you to use right away for any example. So for example, I have this image which is readily available in MATLAB, so I'm just making use of that image. As you are able to see, this image is having a very low contrast image, where at a certain portion of image you are it is pretty much difficult to find out which is the foreground portion of the image and which is the background portion of the image. So you have a very low enhanced device where the contrast is pretty much the contrast is pretty much not balanced. So you can make use of this image histogram equalization function, which is basically IMHIST. So where I'm just viewing how the histogram of this image looks like, and you're able to see we have a very narrow histogram where the histograms are large only on the gray pixel areas rather than the total area of black and white. So now we can make use of this histogram equalization function histeq, and we can pass this low contrast image. Now at the output variable you will be having a new set of image file where MATLAB variable where you have the the histogram equalized images. Now if I just execute this section particularly, now you will be able to see, now I have a much more much more better enhanced image, where the image enhancement is happening in a much more better way. Now I'm able to see the foreground image of this specific child standing on the ground, and the background image which is much more better identifiable rather than compared to my original image, where the contrast and the quality of image was much more low compared to this histogram equalized image. So you can do these kind of interactive contrast adjustment using simple functions like this. Similar to this, many other histogram image enhancement functions are available. For example, if you want to do histogram matching function is available. And if you want to do enhancement for any image for low light images, you have different set of functions are available. So we can come up with different technical session for you based on your areas of interest, and we can go for deep dive sessions where we'll be discussing more on this. So on further section now, the further example I have here is if you want to do image segmentation, using different techniques that are available in MATLAB, then you can make use of this example which is available in the MATLAB, where where we have this specific cell image, and using morphological operation, I'll be doing this cell body segmentation in an interactive way, where I'm reading this image, I'm displaying image, and I'm giving the credit from the source where I have extracted this image, and followed by which now I'm starting to do the edge detection at the first specific point, so that the cell body pixels are being are being done the edge detection region with. So with the help of this inbuilt function edge, and in that I'm using the Sobel edge detector model. So through the help of that, I'm able to see, you are able to see the edge detection being done in an interactive way, where the percentage of edge detection I'm able to do, I'm able to control that with the help of this fudge factor, where I'm only doing 50% edge detection, not the complete edge detection. And also, if you want to change the do the variation on this, you can do that in a much more better way. And once you have done that, we can come up with the morphological operation to do the segmentation, where I'm enlarging the edge detection, whatever I'm done here in this black and white image, through the help of IM dynlight, which will totally enlarge the white portions of my pixels in this black and white image, so that the complete cell portion is completely filled with my white cells. Now, even though I'm able to do that, now still there are empty black portions that are available within this cell in those interiors. So that is where I'm filling those regions wherever I have small portions of blank area within these white cells. I can use this IM fill function, and I can fill it out in a very easy way. Now you are able to say I have complete portion of segmented cell area, but still we have unwanted region here, where I have a partial cell, one more partial cell also. So through the help of my clear border, I am able to clear out those unwanted portion region, and I'm basically focusing on this single cell area. And once I have done that, if you have any rough areas, you can smooth out through the help of morphological operation of erosion. So through the help of erosion, I'm smoothing out the unwanted rough areas, and I'm keeping only the cell portion of this. And once I have done that, I'm able to I just want to verify whether this cell segmentation, whatever I have done it in a proper way or not. So I can just verify that by overlaying my segmented cell area on top of the original image. So where you are able to see my false color image portion is basically segmented cell area, and I have the original black grayscale image of my original cell. So by doing this, you are able to easily analyze that yes, I was able to using the simple MATLAB functions, using image processing toolbox, I was able to do the object segmentation in an image in a very much easier way. Also, if you want to verify that without using this overlay, you have also alternative functions also that are available in the image processing toolbox, through which you can verify yes, I am doing the proper segmentation as per my requirement. So the next example I have here is the computer vision based example. So where if you have any image of people, then you using the object detector that is available in our computer vision toolbox, you can easily do the detection of face detection of any particular image I have. So in my case, in my folder, I have this file called as faces1.jpg. So if I open outside this MATLAB, you will be able to see this is the JPG file I have in my case. So I'm taking the same file in this environment. I'm importing that through the help of imread function. And once I'm able to verify I have loaded the proper image in my, imported my proper image in MATLAB, now I can go further using this, vision.cascade object detector. This is basically cascade object detector object file, which is basically trained for face detection specifically. The reason why is they have used Viola Jones face detector model, and through the help of that, this is all automatically already trained with face detection aspect. But if you want to do different object detection, then you can also set this object to train with different object data. And once the training is done, now this object detector will also be able to detect multiple other objects according to your requirement also. For example, if you want to detect a car object, or if you want to detect an object of your focus, then you can easily train that using different data collection you have. And you can also go further with detection of those specific object you are basically focusing with. And once you have set this object, I'm naming this object automatically as face detector, because this has been already trained with Viola Jones face detector algorithm. So no need to do any training from my side. Already this face detector object is available. The only thing I have to do is I have to use this inbuilt function step, where I'll be extracting the bounding box pixel coordinate information, and I have to pass the image with which the face detection has to be done. So once you pass this object detector, once you pass this image in the step function, automatically you will be able to see I'll be having this bounding box data. So what this bounding box data does have, this will have the x-axis coordinate from the from which this face detection start, the y coordinate pixel coordinate from which the face detection has been started, and also the length and breadth of the complete bounding box that has to be plotted, the area in which the face detection has been completely detected. So using this, now I can easily verify whether I have properly detected the face detection feature or not. So you are able to see this. These are the if I take those bounding boxes and using this object annotation function, so if I pass all those bounding boxes which I have extracted in this variable, and if I tell take this bounding box data and plot a specific shape of bounding box, in my case I'm passing I'm annotating a rectangular bounding box in my case. So you will be able to see in my original image I'm loading I know it is displaying my original image A once again, and on top of that you are able to see it is annotating this bounding box. And also I'm telling give this title of bounding box as face. You can rename it in any way according to your requirement. For example, if you are detecting vehicle, then you can change this label as vehicle, as simple as that. Then automatically you can easily verify whether I'm able to detect the faces or in any kind of matter. If you are able to detect any kind of object according to your requirement through the help of this object detector, which is available in the computer vision toolbox in an interactive way. The next example I have here is the example of deep learning, where here I will be explaining you the concept of add-ons. So once you come to this add-ons in the home tab, you can click on this add-ons for getting the support packages for different hardwares. If you click on this hardware support packages in the add-ons, it will be listing you the support packages that are supported by different toolboxes according to your requirement. Based on that, whatever the hardware support package that are available, you can easily analyze, you can easily find out that. And based on that requirement, for example, if you want to do image acquisition with the help of video capturing devices, then you can take help of this image acquisition support package. And if you want to do the embedded code generation for your specific Arduino device, then you can make use of this specific support package that is available. If you want to do Raspberry Pi hardware implementation, then you can easily download support package that is available for Raspberry Pi. And if you want to use your Android or even your smartphone as a hardware platform, then you can make use of this Android sensor support package, and through the help of that you'll be able to do the sensor data acquisition in a simple way. And there are multiple support packages that are available according to your requirement. Even if you want to do FPGA, then you have this Xilinx support package that are available. You can if you want to do MATLAB support code generation, you can make use of MATLAB support package. If you want to do Simulink code generation, you can make use of Simulink support package. As according to your requirement, you can easily go through these add-ons and install those add-ons and easily implement those in a very interactive way. Now along with that, even if you want to do work with any deep learning works like this, there are multiple pre-trained networks that are already standard pre-trained networks that are already available in your MATLAB environment, starting from the simple, deep learning models such as AlexNet, till much more advanced models such as ResNet, DarkNet, InceptionNet, NASNet, MobileNet. There are multiple models that are available. You can easily download these deep neural network models, and you can start implementing this in a very simple way. In my case, I have already downloaded the support package for AlexNet, and with the help of that, I'm able to easily import that AlexNet object into my MATLAB variable in a simple way, and I can visualize what is the whole structure and configuration of my of each and every layer in my neural network. And based on that, if you want to do if you want to analyze what is the input data definition, you can easily access different layer properties, and also you can make use of that to do that, and you can load your image, and then you can do the data pre-processing according to the input image definition. Then now you can if you want to analyze how the image classification is happening, then you can also extract output layer properties in that, especially the categories with which this pre-trained network has already been trained with. There are 1,000 different classification categories. You can extract all those category labels, and then you can use this inbuilt function classify, do the image classification right away. And in my case, you are able to see for this input image, now the output label is Eskimo dog, and you can analyze whether this prediction is true, or whether there are any other labels which do have similar features based on this image, and how this classification is going on, how many labels have been activated with non-zero probability scores, how much is the confidence level ratios. You can easily analyze all these kinds of things in a very simple way by using this MATLAB functions in a very specific way. And along with that, you can also use this neural network model to do feature extraction for your machine learning also. So one more thing is, in machine learning, as you are already knowing, you have to do feature extraction. So you can also make use of this neural network to do feature extraction also. And along with that, you can also make use of database toolbox, and you can work with your different database structures, and you can analyze if you, for example, if you are working with any specific database like this, you can make use of that database URL. You can find out how many number of nodes are there, and you can find out whether I'm able to ping those nodes with this message message block. And once everything is set up, you can easily, in my case, I don't have any database, that is why it is throwing me error. But in your real case, it will if you can if you give that database address, it will be accessing that database, and through the help of that, you'll be able to see how many number of user nodes are there, and from starting node to end node, what is the shortest path, so that your whole data communication can be happening in a much more easier way. You can easily interactively find out all those things, how many nodes are dependent on multi other neighboring nodes. So all these kinds of things can be easily analyzed through the help of that. And also along with that, if you already have database, if for example SQL database, if you want to run that in MATLAB, you can make use of this database toolbox, and you can make use of the functions which are available in the MATLAB to load this huge set of database into the MATLAB, and you can start working on your projects. For example, if you are working on deep learning or machine learning, the advantage of using that in MATLAB is in a single MATLAB environment, you can start from loading your database, splitting your database for testing and training, then doing the training in the same MATLAB environment, and coming up with any specific predictive model according to your requirement, whole end-to-end even doing the code generation for your target hardware and deploying that into a specific target hardware. The complete end-to-end process can be easily done very interactively through the help of this MATLAB. So you can easily work on these kinds of environments, and you can easily work with that. And it is not only limited to that. I have one more small Simulink example also in my case, where at the end I am taking the help of a digital electronic part, which is common for EC, CS as well as IS, because the digital domain is pretty much common, and that will be working here. And based on this, you can implement multi, this is one small example I'm taking, but it is not only limited to that. If you just click on this library browser, you will be able to see you can implement multiple mathematical models. You can work on the different set of domain based on whatever the toolbox you are working with. If you want to work on computer vision, you have computer vision blocks. If you want to work on image processing, you have you have specific image acquisition based devices also. Then if you want to work on your specific areas like physical system modeling, you even have Simscape, where you can do multi-domain modeling, and you can do work on this and in a real-time aspect. So in my case also, I'm making use of Simulink blocks to come up with a master slave JK implementation. And based on my this, you can just double click on this block, and you can set the inbuilt parameters and what is the voltage level for digital 0 level 0 1 base levels. And based on that, you can easily apply those 0 and 1 logic, and you can easily understand how the whole implementation is going on. So like this, you can easily implement any block diagram based approach also. It is not only always limited to working on your programmatic approach only. You can also go with model based approach, even with the help of the Simulink. And also the people who want to use MATLAB implementation without writing any code, they have automated apps that are also available. So in my case, you are able to see for machine learning and deep learning, there are multiple set of toolboxes that are available, where if you have if you have loaded your data set into the MATLAB for your any machine learning application, especially for your classification or regression, then you can easily use this classification learner and deep regression learner, load that database, and you can choose any machine learning model and according to your requirement, and you can start training your network, and you can see how the network performance is. And at any point of time, if you want to tune your model, you can you can easily tune those parameters according to your requirement. And also you have your deep network designer, where you can develop your own custom deep neural network model according to your requirement. You can develop your custom CNN model, you can custom your own you can develop your own custom ANN RNN models. And it is similar to the app designer environment, where all the all the layer library is available. You just have to drag and drop different libraries in that environment, and you have to come up with your own custom network. And then in that specific same environment, in the latest version of the MATLAB, you can also load the data set with which the training and testing has to be done, and you can come up with the end-to-end trained model according to your requirement. So let me just show that small window, how it is available for you. It is loading that deep network designer. So in this designer, you just have to come up with this blank work session, where blank window will be available in your designer tab, where all these different set of libraries, depending on your requirement. If you want to come up with the GAN model, you can come up with that. If you want to come up with a RNN model such as LSTM or BiLSTM, you can come up with that. If you want to come up with any specific CNN models, you have specific CNN libraries also. You can easily drag and drop all these layers according to your requirement, and you can connect from one layer to another layer. You can arrange those layers, and you can export that layer with the help of this export block. Before exporting that, you can load your data set with your working with here in the data tab, and then using this import, and then you can do the training. Once the training is done, once the performance is well working for you, then you can easily export your trained model at the end according to requirement in a very simple way. So along with that, if you're scrolling through your app window, and if you think at any point of time I want to do a specific implementation, but I don't have any automated app that is available for me. For example, I wanted to do object detection and I don't have any object detection app that is available to do the interactive. Then you can also do custom app development according to your requirement, where that is where this deep app designer comes into picture, where if you click on that design app in that apps tab, this app designer interface will be available, and if you just click on this blank app, then you will be able to see the same app interface designer, where all different set of app GUI elements are available. You can just drag and drop according to your requirement. For example, if I just drag and drop any one GUI element, or if I see on the code, all those inbuilt code are already done hard coding with. The only thing to take care here is what is the action that you want to is getting built. You can easily do that in a very easy way. So now for this end demonstration at this point of time here, I have this small example where I can load any specific image, and I can select any object detection has to be done with. And then if I just click on this detect object, you'll be able to see I'm able to do the put a bounding box on those specific object based on the requirement. So if you say now I want to do blue object detection, now you will be able to see there are no blue object in this image, so now there is no bounding box. So like this, based on that, you can easily do any kind of object detection in a very simple way. So these are the different demonstrations I have at the end of this session. So if you have any questions at this point of time, please feel free to come up with any question.
Okay. Students, if you have any doubt, you can ask us.
Meantime, I will also be posting the VVC campus-wide license portal, so that the participants can also make use of this portal to get associated with their MATLAB licenses in a very quick, easy way.
Okay. If no questions, I hope Rakshith sir, thank you so much for your valuable time in discussing MathWorks and its campus-wide licensing with respect to Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering, and with your detailed introduction to the MathWorks and a very live demo of it, and it was so inspiring, and I hope the students will get benefit of it. And definitely we are looking forward for further sessions which is much more in the offline, which will be much more interactive. And thank you, sir, from the Department of Information Science and Engineering and faculties for your valuable time and spending sharing your thoughts on MathWorks. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And I also thank all the students and participants who have participated in this webinar. And my kind request is please fill the feedback form which is shared by Yashpal Gupta sir, so that we'll be generating e-certificates, and it will be transferred or it will be sent to your mail IDs. Okay. So students, please fill up the feedback forms of this webinar session and get your e-certificates. So yep. I hope if possible, I will be sharing the Rakshith sir mail ID to the students too. And yes, if any queries,
I have shared my email ID as well as my colleague's email ID, Shashi Kumar, on the screen also. Anybody can note down that also. So my email ID is rakshith.bs@corel.com, and my colleague's email ID Shashi Kumar is shashikumar.jk@corel.com. So at any point of time, any faculties are working with any curriculum development, they can feel free to contact us. And if there are any students who are working with any projects, and if they're facing any challenges, then they can feel free to contact us at any point of time. We will be very happy to address those.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you all. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you.